You recording? Yeah. GladrapChannel here with Nick, Randell. What a show, man! Like, everything seems very classy with you. Like, we're not at some backyard. We're here at the Culture Kings in Sylvia Park.
Yeah.
I saw Parker in the crowd, the full crowd. Are you trying to make boxing great again?
Well, yeah, I'm just trying to bring something a little bit different to the game. I mean, you see, there's obviously bridging that gap between the ABA and the JUCO show, if you will, and like getting some cool brands on board and just giving it some limelight. Really, is what we're trying to do. And yeah, no, excited about tomorrow night. It's been a long time coming. July was our last date, so a few postponements, and here we are. Happy to get the event done. Really. Has
COVID kind of screwed things up for you a little bit, like initially, or were you kind of wondering where things were heading?
In a way, but we always had the Pampellone Parker fight locked in, so it was sort of just figuring out a date from there. And if you go back to the July stuff with Sky City, we got them to do the face-off in the ring, and then lockdown hit really, and we were looking at a December date, and that was going to be the museum. And then we were like, it got to obviously still in lockdowns, and then we just pulled trigger on that outdoor venue, ASB Tennis Centre, and that had that February 26th lined up, and then 5 weeks out had to pull it again with COVID, and then this was always the second date of the year, so we were trying to run quarterly events, and it was going to be February outdoors, and then it was May 20th it was going to be at this venue, and it was going to be this date, and it's sort of going back to that Friday night concept, it's bringing something a little bit different to it, and happy to have like Culture King, Stuff for You, Green Soda, and Duval Group, all these guys that make it happen. But yeah, just excited for tomorrow really.
Has there ever been a fight like at the museum before?
No, there hasn't. It's basically it'll be an awesome atmosphere in there. It's a small room, low ceilings, 360-degree views of the city at night. It'll be a little bit different, a little bit special, and that's it. It's just very excited for it. So yeah.
So tell us about the card. You got obviously the main event was supposed to be Parker and Pampellone. That's an exciting fight. But Nick's been around. He's a legend in NZ boxing.
Exactly. Credit to Nick, and it's sort of that main event. It was a call to Nick 6-7 weeks ago now, and he was like, I'm happy to do it. Like he's game as well, and like. For Jerome, it's a good measuring stick. It's like, he's cruiserweight, but if Jerome has any ambitions of world title status, you got to be getting through people like Nick the Greek. But again, Nick's game, and I speak to him every day in the lead up to this, and he's definitely coming to win, and he's 10 kgs heavier. He's going to really rough him up. So again, it's not a foregone conclusion. He wants to shake things up and like do his own thing. So yeah, very excited.
Nick's a guy you can't predict there. Like if he's in the right space mentally, he can be devastating, But it just depends on what kind of Nick you get.
That's it. It's again, and people look at his last outing against Chucky Francis, and that was 4 weeks' notice, and there was a 10-rounder, and hindsight probably shouldn't have taken it, but he did, and that was co-main for our last one, and I just don't think he was mentally there. Chris Martin, his coach, wasn't even in his corner. He had a makeshift corner, and he was winning the fight. Remember that, and then he just I don't know. You'd have to talk to him what happened, but it wasn't clicking for him at the end. But yeah, Nick, tomorrow night, Nick over 6 rounds with a weight advantage over Jerome. It's going to be a hell of a fight.
Plus, you got Holly fighting Michelle Preston. Michelle's, I think she's fought. She's at least attempted to get some world titles, so pretty good card as well.
Yeah, good, exactly. So that's now co-main. Holly Michelle, great 4-rounder. Michelle got the experience, and Holly just a young gun who's struggled to find fights a bit because of her weight, and New Zealand lack of depth here as well. But so happy to give them that platform as co-main, and then John Parker, Dylan Wright rematch. Great fight, 6 rounds this time. It was 4 rounds last time. One judge had it a draw, so. Again, good. Like these are all very close fights all the way down. Like Lewis Duffels versus Lawrence Titter. Again, the experienced guy versus the young Lewis is don't know who can. They're all pretty close. And obviously you open the show with a tough Marcus Hayward who always brings it.
Forgot about that one.
Hayward's there against Peach's boy Omar. And again, Omar's tough bloke. I think he went 4 rounds with Mikhailovic a couple of years ago. So again, that goes to show. But Hayward stoked to get the guy a fight, and he deserves. He's like, look, his 4-4 record again doesn't do him justice, but four tough losses, I think.
I mean, Bowen Morgan, Andre Mikhailovich. I mean,
yeah, Bowen Morgan to a split decision in Christchurch.
Yeah.
Mikhailovich was a bloody close fight on our first show, and yeah, I guess that's, you know, he deserves this, and I think, you know, it'll be to open the show 4-rounder, and then that second fight, which we haven't mentioned, is that Mo Bashir versus Mikey Haug. A little bit different, 2 personal trainers, but a good professional bout, and very, very even. We just don't know with that one, so never really, both of them haven't. I think Mo's fought once and he hasn't fought in a couple of years, and Mikey's from a kickboxing background, so again, but both look the part, both bring the right audience, and it's just, yeah, as a whole, there's 6 solid professional fights on Sky Sport, and yeah, at a different venue, freshening it up, awesome sponsors, like look, we're at Culture King's store, Joe Parker's coming, like, very exciting stuff.
So what's the appetite like with, I guess, with people being in lockdowns? Are they eager to come out? Like, was this show an easy sell? Are people out?
Yeah, well, that's the thing. I think that's why we looked at a tabled venue as well. Tables, people will flock to consume boxing with food and beverages, and that's just, it's entertainment at the end of the day. It's a night out, and that's what we've given them. But and it was like, you have to remember, we announced this. I think we announced it and we're still in a red light setting, so there was a bit of risk to it, but we pulled trigger on May 20th, so yeah, happy days. We're definitely excited, but yeah.
Can I ask you, like, so who are some of your inspirations? Like, have the Duco guys could have influenced you, or Eddie Hearn? I mean, what's your...
Not really anyone, to be honest. I lived in the UK for 5 years and went to a few of Joe's fights over there. It was back when it was the AJ fights and the Dylan White fights, where he was Huey Fury, went to all of them, and I just like the way they do it over there, and like obviously it's just on a different level, but it's trying to bring an element of that to, yeah, you're trying to create an event, the product of the event that is, you know, attractive to a sponsor. Exactly, and a fun, unique night out for people as well. You're not just going to, you know, any sort of arena and whatever, but no, it's just something different, and like, you know, I don't think it would get the coverage if it was just at any odd stadium, you know. I think it's great fights, but it's the added element of a boxing at the Auckland Museum, an iconic location, so it's a bit different.
Yeah, it feels like I'm attending a ball, you know. It feels like I need to suit up, I need to polish my shoes. It feels like, you know, you gotta...
you can do that, you can do that, or you can also, it's however you want to do it, mate. But yeah, of course, it's that whole experience from the grand arrival all the way through. You jump in a lift, you get greeted up there, entertainment,
love it.
Culture King's DJs. It's going to be a really cool atmosphere up there. So yeah, very excited for tomorrow.
All right, so if you're looking for a good night out, I don't know whether tickets are still available.
No, it's all sold out. So,
sorry.
But watch on Sky Sport. Sky Sport 3 from 7:30. Happy days.
Awesome. Podis Boxing. Thank you very much, mate.
Mate.
Thank you.